Alright, so this is 7.2, comparing temperatures. The graph shows the temperature between noon and midnight in City A on a certain day. And then further below, the table shows the temperature in degrees in Fahrenheit in H in hours, afternoon in City B. So we have two different representations. One's a graph, one's a table, and we're going to compare the temperatures between City A and City B. So again, City A is in the graph, and City B is in the table. Alright, so number one, which city was warmer at 4 p.m.? So let's go to the graph, and let's look at 4 p.m., which will be our x-axis, where it says time, hours, afternoon. So 4 p.m. would be right here. And we just draw this line straight up till it hits our graph. And City A at 4 p.m. is about 57 degrees. So City A, 4 p.m. is 57 degrees. So when the input is 4 p.m., our output is 57 degrees Fahrenheit. We look at the table at 4 p.m. So where it says H for hours, we're talking about time. So I'm just going to write p.m. there so we know. So at 4 p.m. it is 62 degrees in City B. So City B, 4 p.m. is 62 degrees Fahrenheit. So the question, which city was warmer at 4 p.m.? Well, it would have to be City B, because City B is at 62 degrees and City A is 57 degrees. Question 2. Which city had a bigger change in temperature between 1 p.m. and 5 p.m.? So let's go to the graph and look between 1 p.m. and 5 p.m. So we are looking at the change in temperature between 1 p.m. here and then 5 p.m. which starts here. So we're looking at this change in temperature. So again, change, just like we talked about a couple days ago, think subtraction, right? Just like when you go to the grocery store and you get change from whatever you purchase, they find that by subtracting. So we look at 1 p.m. in City A. It's roughly, let's call it 50.5 degrees, right? Somewhere between 50 and 51 degrees. And at 5 o'clock, it is approximately 58 degrees Fahrenheit. So what's the change in temperature? Well, that would be 58 degrees minus 50.5 degrees. Go ahead and give you a second, type that in your calculator if you need to. And that would be 7.5 degrees, right? We saw it increase. The temperature rose 7.5 degrees during that time, between 1 and 5 p.m. Now, if we look at the table to look at City B, at 1 o'clock we started at 82 degrees, and at 5 p.m. the temperature dropped to 58 degrees. So again, we're going to do the same process. 82 degrees minus 58 degrees. I'll give you a chance to figure that out. So that's 34 degrees Fahrenheit. So we can see that now that we see which, 24 degrees. Make a mistake. It's 24 degrees. All right, so, and like I said, 24 degree increase in temperature. So we can see that City A, based on the graph, only rose 7.5 degrees, and City B, from the table, rose 24 degrees. So which city had the bigger change? It would be, again, City B has a bigger change. All right, let's move on to question 3. how much greater was the highest recorded temperature in city B than the highest recorded temperature in city A during this time. So basically we need to find the highest recorded temperature in both cities and go ahead and compare them. So I'm going to get rid of the work we have so far. Let's start with a clean slate. Alright, so looking at city A, so the graph, what is our highest recorded temperature? So it looks like our peak is right about there. So that's at, looks like sometime after 5 o'clock but before 6 o'clock. And right at about 59 degrees is our highest recorded temperature. So our highest temperature for city A, so abbreviate temperature with them, is roughly 59 degrees Fahrenheit. And for city B, we just need to look at the temperatures. So we need to look at this bottom row in the table, and we can see our highest recorded temperature is 82 degrees. So how much greater? How much greater? So which means we actually have to compare. So we need to find a number. So it's not enough just to say that city B has the highest recorded temperature. We need to find how much greater. So we're going to take city B at 82 degrees, and we're going to find the difference between city A and city B. So we have 82 degrees minus 59 degrees, and that is 23 degrees. So we have a 23 degree difference between city A and city B. And then just so we remember, city B had the highest. Just so we don't forget. City B had the highest temperature. Alright, let's go to the last question, question 4. Compare the outputs of the function when the input is 3. So output of a function. So remember, output, we're talking about our dependent variable. And we're talking about our y-axis. And input, we're talking about our independent variable. And our x-axis. So, when the input is 3, and the input, in this case, we're talking about time. So when time is 3, so we're talking about 3 p.m. So at 3 p.m., what are the outputs? So in city A, at 3 p.m., our output is approximately 54.5 degrees, 54.5 degrees. In city B, looking at the table, at 3 p.m., the temperature is 75 degrees. So city B had the higher temperature. And again, to compare, let's actually find the difference. So let's find the difference. So when the input is 3, we have city B with 75 degrees, and we're going to compare that to city A's 54.5 degrees, and the difference we get will be 20.5 degrees, 20.5 degrees. So just remember that when you are comparing different functions, we can compare tables and graphs, we can compare equations and tables, story in a graph, so all those different representations we can use to compare various functions.